Good morning, and you are catching me even earlier than normal. I haven't even made it to the exercise part of my day. I am doing my morning routine. So I'm here in my bathroom. I was about to do my skincare, and I want to talk to you about the reason that you're stuck, number 4. So we are on episode 5 out of a 6-episode series. And today we are talking about the very last. So I promised you 4 reasons that you're stuck. And then we'll wrap up tomorrow. But reason number 4 that you are stuck, that you're feeling stuck, and that is because you are stuck and you're stuck in an action cycle. Now, this is something that I think a lot of us, all of these are things that a lot of us are guilty of, but hear me out on the action cycle, because our society really preaches action, taking action. Do this, change that, go there, be this. And if we're constantly chasing action, we're going to be stuck in the feeling that we're actually making change. So tell me if this is you. You are always doing something, but when you sit back and you kind of assess your situation, you notice that there's not a whole lot of change being made. And it actually reminds me of a coaching that I went through with my coach very recently, where she was talking about, this was a business coaching, and she was talking about sales. And she's like, look, if you are constantly chasing the next sale, you're not nurturing anyone that's already a customer. You're not spending time making your business better and a place where people want to be, because you're constantly just chasing money, right? Bottom line, money. And if you're not nurturing the person, you're not following through on your business end, then money's not going to stay there. But also the fulfillment that you get from that, the reason you started your business, is going to start to trickle away. So, yay for not having an example that has to do with health and fitness, right? Yay, go me, I'm growing. But I thought that made a really good example. And I think a lot of us are stuck there, especially if you think about occupational wellness. Like in your job, are you chasing action, or are you actually chasing meaning and spending time in some other phases of behavior change? So if you really want to get unstuck, you need to understand the stages of behavior change. So yesterday we talked about how to make behavior change happen with the RAMP method, right? The 4 things that you have to have nailed down to make a behavior change stick. Remember, that was routines, affirmations, motivation through personal development, and a plan through a coach. Today, though, we're kind of backtracking, and we're talking about what the order of the mental state is in order to make a behavior change happen. And the first stage is actually pre-contemplation. And that's where some of you were before you started watching this. Like you are maybe even, that's probably the people who aren't watching it. Because most of the time when you're watching something like you see, oh, she's doing a series of coachings on getting unstuck, then you're already thinking like, okay, there's a change that I need to make and I'm feeling stuck. So you're probably not even in pre-contemplation. Those are the people that aren't here. You're probably in at least stage 2, which is contemplation. So you're starting to think about making a change. This is usually when you're presented with information about your current state, or you realize that you're unhappy about your current state. The presented with information I use a lot for like medical people who maybe they had a heart attack and now they're being presented with a rationale why. It was your diet, it was your lifestyle. So now you've got to consider, do you want to make a change? Then after that, and this is where I specialize, because honestly, pre-contemplation and contemplation comes from within you. Once you decide to make a change, this is where I step in. And again, with a lot of different areas. I mentor in a lot of different areas, but I coach specifically in health and fitness. My coach coaches in a lot of other ones. So I, as a mentor, I put you in touch with those trainings. Sorry about that. Quick phone call. That's kind of what I do. So the first step is preparation. And that stage is when you're gathering all the information and you're making a plan. And remember, our plan comes with a coach. So you found information, you found a coach, you found a mentor, and you're able to plan to make a change. And in my program that I teach, the health and wellness program that I have, I spend 4 weeks on preparation because we do coachings in your mindset. Sue, so Sue says she needs to know about this, and actually Sue's in Mom Mastery University, so she has access to coachings on every single one of these things, which is really, really cool. And so if there's anything in particular that you need to know about, I can, as your mentor, because Sue, I am your mentor, I can actually send you a specific coaching that you can look up and go learn more about this. So that's really a cool benefit of already being a student. So like I said, we spend 4 weeks on preparation. Then we spend 4 weeks on the next stage, which is action. And for some of you, you will be taking action for a longer time. And action, I'm just going to flip in here. I heard some coughing. We've got breakfast going on. So I just heard, how are we doing? Good? Okay. So for action, yeah, come on in here. Come on in. So for action, again, I spend 4 weeks on action. Really 4 weeks where I'm going through what to do, how to do it, and this is where a lot of people get stuck because they like the feeling of action. And in fact, not all people get stuck in an action cycle. Some people get stuck in a preparatory cycle. So I know people that really like to prepare and make a change and they never move forward into action. But at some point when it's all into place, you need to move forward into action. So preparation, action, and then the sneaky last one. Right, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maintenance. Maintenance, not just, okay, I can keep doing the action. Maintenance with a strategy that allows you to be flexible. And you know what maintenance looks like? Maintenance simply looks like consistency. Getting up, doing the same thing, making those habits stick, and even on the days you don't want to do it, you do it anyway. And this is one of the reasons that I absolutely love, and I know you've heard me talk about it a lot. It's called Mom Mastery University. It's like Netflix for women, really. We say moms, but I have so many women that are in this that are not moms. Anybody that kind of feels the life overwhelm. But you have access to tons of coaching, teachings, and trainings. And that's changing at the end of May. So if you're catching this live in 2019, know that that is changing. So hit me up if you want in now, because the price is going up and the access is going to change. But this is one of the reasons that I usually, the people that I coach, I really recommend this to all women, because you are constantly given every single week. In fact, I'm about to get off and listen to this week's coaching. You get a coaching on some area of personal development. And if you just make it a habit to listen to that coaching every single week, you're going to see change in your life, right? Because, you know, you might fall a little bit on the prep, you might not be able to get the action, but if you get that maintenance and if you get that consistency, that is where you are going to get unstuck. And it sounds crazy because usually when you hear the word consistency or routine or the same, you're thinking, oh, stuck. Not if you've done the appropriate preparation, action, you're applying the RAMP method, and you're ready to truly make change, then consistency can only help you out. So I will see you tomorrow with our very final coaching, but I want you to let me know, you know, how, and you can just journal all this. You don't even have to let me know, but I want you to take a second and journal, because you might not want to share this, where you need to get unstuck. And then I want you to take a second to look at preparation, right? How am I preparing to get unstuck? Come up with some action plan. Figure out who your coach is going to be. Figure out how you're going to plug into some of this. Go back and look at the RAMP method, how you're going to apply it. And don't worry too much about maintenance at this time. Just start to come up with some of those routines and habits that you're going to start applying consistency to pull you out of your rut. All right, have a wonderful day.